Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to review the book Irish Glass by Phelps Warren. Yeah, I almost thought I got it the wrong way around there, but I've got two. So I've been using this. You probably might have seen me use this a few times in my videos. This is my favourite Irish book that I've had for quite a while. I recently bought a little basket of books that were cheap on eBay, and this one came with it. And I thought this was an older version, but actually this is the 1970 version. This is the 1981 version. So yeah, and you can see the 1970, the original version, is a little bit bigger. And although they're kind of like supposed to be a revision, the layout of them is very different. Let me show you something. If we look at this one first, where can you see? But if you look here, you can see all of this is text. This is the older one, and then at the back, it's got glossy pages with all the photos in. Yeah, so all the photos are all in one place. And then on this one, there isn't that. No glossy pages. The photos are mixed with the text as it goes along. Yeah, the pictures in the newer book are not as clear, I would say. Yeah, quite a lot of them are a bit smaller, and obviously it's not on glossy paper, so they're not as finely done. Yeah, so. Yeah. However, this one does has some glass in it that's not in the other one. And there's a few things that they've changed as well in the pictures. So yeah, which one's best? If you're looking for a piece of glass, this is an easier one to do, because obviously you've only got this bit at the back, this chunk at the back to start flicking through. You know, this bit here, and it tends to be that older glasses is in slightly more chronological order, let's say. This one is a bit more mixed up, and obviously you've got to go through the whole book, and then the pictures are not as good. So if you're just trying to go, oh, I've got this piece of glass, I'm trying to ID it, this is an easier book to handle. This is a bit more awkward. I'm a dyslexic person. This one, for me anyway, as a dyslexic, this one seems to be easier to read. I don't know why, just is. And yeah, and there is some changes in the text. I've been trying to compare them. I haven't read this one properly yet because I've only had it a few days, but I have been looking at it, and as soon as I opened it up, I was thinking, oh yeah, this is the older one. The style's seems a bit older, and then I spotted that there's some glass in here that's not in the other book, and then I looked at the dates and realised actually this is the newer book, and it does have more glass in it. But I think also there's some, I'm not definite, but I think there is some glass that's not come from the old book into this new book. So yeah, they're not exactly the same. It's not just a reprint or anything like that. It's a reorganisation, different fonts, reshuffle, changes of pictures, all sorts of stuff going on in it. I am not going to do a detailed page by page analysis because the pages don't even match up the same. I do know, like this, one of them's got one more appendix than the other, so yeah, it's not the same. I didn't pay a lot for either of mine. What's really funny is this one, which I bought ages ago, has got an old price in it of £35, and I definitely don't think I paid 35. I think I paid, if my memory serves me right, I got this on eBay, and I think I paid either 14 or 17 pounds for it. So yeah, I didn't pay that much. This one came with 4 other books, and I think I paid about tenner for the lot, or five books. Yeah, 5 books. A couple of which I've already got already, and then there was this one, and there was a couple that I didn't have. So I thought, oh yeah. Let's have a look at this new version, see this old version, see what's different. And I thought, yeah, I always have a spare anyway, because I live off this book. Yeah, and they are different. So what we'll do is we'll have a look and see what's going on in the books, and I'll show you some of the new glass that's in the newer book. Yeah, let's get on with it. So I'm starting looking at the something in the 1970 book, pedestal salt boats. Yay, my favourites. And you've got two here. One's from a collection in Hartford, Connecticut, and the other one's from the Corning Glass Museum, New York. Notice one thing about this, that this one's got a rounded base. Just as a note, before I show you the next, what's in the other book. Okay, so yeah, this has got two pedestal salt boats with lemon squeeze bases, but one of them's not diamond shaped, it's oval shape. But let's go and have a look at what's in the other book. So here we are looking in the newer book, and the two pedestal salt boats are from the author's collection. Okay, this one is very similar to one of the ones we were looking at. That was from the Corning Glass Museum, only this one's got a diamond shaped base. And I think on the other one, this part, the top up half of the base was diamond shaped. On this one is hexagonal. So yeah, but the cutting in the bowl is the same. And then this one, in the other one, they had one from Hartford, Connecticut, which was a very cut top here. And yeah, this one is completely uncut. You just call it a blank uncut example, but it shows you the difference between the two books. I'm going to move on. I'll show you some other pages with glass that isn't in the other book. So here's something that's not in the older book that is from the Ulster Museum in Belfast. And yeah, it's like 2 for 1 in these. It says there's samples, it thinks, and it's not saying, but it's nice that you actually got 2 bowls per glass, which gives you a better idea of the different styles. More different styles were in these, but yeah, this doesn't appear at all. And if I go over it, let me go over a couple more pages. I won't show you loads. Yeah, these ones here. So these aren't in the other book. So I have one like this, although mine's got a stopper like this. I think this doesn't look like a full-size one. No, it's not. It's only 20 centimeters, so that's quite small. And these are both from the author's collection. Yeah, I've got about 10 of these. So yeah, I don't know if they're. I think I've seen them in other books. I think they were made in England as well, so they're not necessarily Irish. The American ones are the other way around, in that I think the moulded hobnails are in the middle, and then the bands are at either end. So yeah, and then just over the page, there's these as well. Again from the author's collection. You get the idea. Let me just see if I can mark another page here. Let's see what. Yeah, these are not in the other book either. I think that you get the idea. There's not masses of glass missing from the older book, but there's enough to, go, oh, there's some glass missing. But as I said, it's easier to flick through the pictures in the old book, because a lot of the pictures are bigger and on glossy paper, so it looks better. But yeah, let me. I will show you a bit of the old book now. Go back, just so you get an idea of what makes that book so nice for finding things. So here we are at the start of the pictures in the older book, and as you can see, these are the older dip molded decanters, and it is so much easier just to flick through and look for stuff. And you can see it's got progression, so the original ones weren't cut, but now we've moved on a few pages and we're starting to see some cut ones. And then you start to see more and more cut glass as you move in. You see a mixture of dip molding and cut. So yeah, it is. You can see how it is easier to find things in this book. The contents of this book is quite nice as well. Things about the different manufacturers that I've not seen elsewhere. Yeah, there are more detailed books than these for the actual written content, more modern and detailed books, but in actual fact, that's got hardly any pictures. So yeah, if you're interested in the history, there's a different book I would go for. But if you're trying to ID your glass, this one, I would get this one first because it's so easy to ID your glass, and get the other one second because it's got a bit extra. It's up to you really. I think they both have their merits. I did promise that we would look at prices. So this is eBay. I've put it on lowest price as the search. You can see what's on there at the moment. Yeah, the prices vary. You've got one here for $15.70, which is a newer one, and then you've got older one here. That's from the United States. Oh, this one here from the United States for £65, the most expensive. Yeah, there's one for £41.40. I think that's in the UK. So that's the most expensive UK one. Yeah, it's nice bit of Irish glass there. Let me just hit UK here only just to see how that looks. Yeah, so that is UK. So let's go to A Books. Yeah. Although this is again lowest total price, £3.90. Remember the postage here it takes you over a tenner because it's actually posting from the USA. So there is a cheap one in the US at the moment, if you don't mind waiting for it. And then there's a £10 one, plus postage, so you're talking £15 there. Which doesn't say, 81, so that's a newer one. Don't got a picture of it, but you can see they're out there. If you're quick, you might get one for about £20. Seems like 30, and I did scroll down here and it went crazy, didn't it? If I remember rightly, did it? You got £50 ones, and this is still in the UK. Yeah, some of the ones from the US where the shipping is just crazy prices. Look, £80, and then you got the shipping on top of that, so you're talking most of 100 really. Yeah. Oh, how about this one where the shipping's £55? Anyway, so that's what it's going to cost you if you want one. Generally, you should be looking around the £20 mark for whichever one you're getting. Don't, just be patient. They will appear, and you might get lucky and get a bunch of books like I did. But anyway, let's get on and get this video finished. So there you go. Irish Glass by Phelps Warren. I will be doing other Irish Glass books as we go along. I specifically look out for Irish Glass. It's one of the things I hunt for. I've probably got about 30 decanters. Yeah, and I'm specifically hunting for them, and even then, compared to the proportion of Irish ones is low. Yeah, very low. So within my collection, even though I'm particularly looking for Irish ones, it's still a low percentage of my overall, of that period of decanters that I have. So yeah, they are hard to find. And yeah, the occasional bargain one pops up, but not very often. Anyway, yeah, if you're going to start thinking about collecting Irish glass, this is the book to start with before you start looking at the other books. I'm not sure which way to go, old or new. Yeah, they both have their merits. So I'm not gonna, if you're going to be really nerdy, this is probably the one to go for because it does have a few more pictures in it. But anyway, with that said, I will give you the, it's Irish Glass by Phelps Warren, so I'll name it anyway. So please remember to like and subscribe, and watch more of my videos, and have a good evening. Good night.